man, like this shit struck a chord with me that is more sensitive and that is involved with it more so than what I mean that I put out on the internet. Just like the at least 30 adventures in the last year. You know what I'm saying? Where pigs have been brutalizing our people. You know what I'm saying? Just on camera. We're not even talking about the shit that just doesn't get reported. You know what I'm saying? Much less gets you know, the video footage. You know what I'm saying, out there or whatever. But I mean, the things that I just wanted to touch on that have not been touched on is how they're trying to spin a lot of the different information. Well, on one level, it seems that they're trying to incite a level of awareness that would bring violent action or retaliation, but then also where they wanted to kind of spin it and curve it, where the original footage dealt with where they talked about, you know, she loved Hannah Montana, this white cave bitch, and you know the pictures that they would use would be with Sleeping Beauty and would be of Cinderella in the background of her. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know out of all the toys that they actually had in the front yard, I know she got a black Barbie doll. You know what I'm saying? But this is, you know, where we pay attention to, you know, how they kind of spin it and bring the story together. And then also you have where this motherfucking piece of shit pig or whatever was basically on a news story show. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, this motherfucker is Rambo and shit, going from city, and I mean all through the city and shit, doing this Hollywood shit on actual citizens or so-called citizens for the camera and shit. Where, you know, you have, you know what I'm saying, when we on this camera or whatever, like if I'm talking to you face to face, I'm not going to be as flamboyant and, you know what I'm saying, you know, loud about a conversation that we having amongst each other. Now, it might depend on who you are. But what I'm saying is that when you on camera, you have a whole nother dynamic that you operate from. And when you have this type of situation going on, and at the level in which this motherfucking pig had done our young daughter, you know what I'm saying? Where what's come out is that he threw that motherfucking flash bomb in there, shot the girl in the head, and then drug her out. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not even gonna get into everything, because however it went down, what justification could ever be brought up, and whatever needs to be said, it doesn't matter at this point, because they've already shown themselves to be enemies decades before this event. And once again, I'm definitely sensitive to this situation, and it strikes a chord with me because at the level at which they have taken us as black folks. But I do have to make this as a disclaimer that this shit will continue to happen on both sides of the fence. It will continue to happen most definitely if we continue to let this happen to our people. If we continue to not make a stand, you know what I'm saying, at the level where our people are thoroughly protected, and we are actually operating within our own levels of warfare. But I'm also saying on the other side that when we do make that stance, when slaves in the past made their stance of rebellion, made their stance of revolution, that there are repercussions, there are consequences to making that stance. Where, you know, if you are enlightening the masses, if you're showing the masses that, look, I smacked that white boy and he ain't done shit. Well, he's not going to, in some cases, he's not going to directly attack you. He may attack your family members. He may attack the rest of the plantation and show, you know what I'm saying, that if you ever be involved with any type of action like that, this is what will happen to you and worse. So we have to understand that that casualty, and I hate to use that word like that, but that when you are involved with war, which if you have not woke up to the fact we are at war, and war is being waged on us, whether or not you are a participant in fighting back is on you. You know what I'm saying? But as a people, we are at war. So what is involved with war, anybody can be taken out. That is the soldier, that is the innocent bystander, where you have America off in these other countries You know what I'm saying? And when they trying to kill some terrorist or who they would call or whatever, enemy combatant and all that, they'll kill thousands of people just to get that one. When we look at Tim Osman or Bin Laden or whatever, for those that understand that he actually, you know what I'm saying, was trained and is a CI operative or whatever of this country. You know what I'm saying? But here nor there, another statement that I wanted to go on and make as in regards to this situation in Detroit is how, you know, somewhat, how when we talk about, I had this conversation with one of my comrades where, you know, statements are made as far as, well, we ain't doing shit out here. These people are doing this stuff to our people, and we always banging with each other. We never addressing. We make these audacious and bold statements as in regards to people that are not doing work or not doing actions that we should declare as revolutionary. And on one level, I need to ask a question: what is your definition of revolutionary shit? You know what I'm saying? And at what level and esteem do you hold revolutionary shit? And just in quoting two of our great ancestors, Khalid Muhammad, where he says, well, we need to redefine what revolutionary means, and we need to have revolution exist in our existence upon all different levels of how we live. We need revolutionary lovemaking. We need revolutionary eating. We need revolutionary you know, different types of periods in which we exist within our lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Not even on the level of just how we talk or how we eat, but also, you know what I'm saying, how we think about certain situations within our life. You know what I'm saying? We need to revolutionize those things. Complete constructive change. You know what I'm saying? But then also, another one of our great ancestors, Amos Wilson, where he said the failure in which to bring revolution actually comes within African Americans' total concentration with wanting to remain legal within our status in which we exist as people, where with our abideness in trying to remain within the law and the parameters in which they say we're supposed to operate as people in this country or wherever we reside across the diaspora. You know what I'm saying? That is where our failure resides within bringing forth revolution. And in stating that, when I was having this conversation with one of my comrades, we were talking about how, I mean, the statement was made where, you know, niggas ain't doing shit. Ain't no niggas doing no revolutionary shit. And I'm like, man, well, I make that same statement sometimes too, but this is a challenge within our thinking process. Every day right there, depending on what time it is when you're watching this video, we may turn on the news and we may see, you know, the police lights flashing and they showing a mugshot, or they're showing, you know what I'm saying, chalk lines or whatever, or some, you know, one of our sisters crying over the death of one of our brothers being slain in the street. Now, I say maybe he's one of our brothers. The thing that we need to take into account is that depending on your level of what you understand revolution is, there are many actions being done out here that it may be provided to you are criminality, when in reality that is revolutionary spirit existing in unpoliticized people. And you know, that's when the politics get involved with it. You know, if somebody's doing something to me, do I wait for the white boy to tell me to do certain things? You know what I'm saying? In reaction to those things? Do I go to him for enforcement? What is revolution to you? You know what I'm saying? So